Welcome back to Leilani Electronics. This is my traffic light circuit I built using some scrap baseboards and a few baby jar bottles, the small ones. Okay, this is the circuit in action. Looks nice. It uses three 10 millimeter LEDs. There's three red, they're all in series for each color, I should say. There's three red, three yellow, and three green. I did a video a while back. I'll put the link down below of the breadboard circuit that I built. I built this on a breadboard first. So that video explains the schematic, the parts used, and just a breakdown overall of how, I tested it and built it. But this is the I want to say the finished product. Okay, so as you can see, the circuit's going through its sequence: green, yellow, then red. So the green will be on for a couple seconds, then the yellow for a shorter period than the red. Now the red and green will be on for the same amount of time, just like a regular traffic light. The yellow will be on for a shorter amount. Okay, let me turn it sideways so you can see. This is the top, and this is the side. So, this is the side of it. Again, these are just half-inch baseboards that I had laying around from a remodel. The circuit boards are just three little circuit boards that I broke off from a bigger circuit board, just to solder the three LEDs onto each board. This is the PCB that I designed for it. I just called it my traffic light controller board. The front and back. It's pretty slick. Okay, the board has, and you get a shot of the board. Here's the controller board right here. Okay, this is your input. Let me unplug it. Put this kind of upside down. There we go. Okay, this is the board. Okay, you got your input, on and off switch, mode, and color. This is where your wires connect for your green, red, yellow, plus and minus. Okay, so each of these LED boards up under here. Let me take the one of the jars out. There you have it. You got three LEDs connected in series. Now each board has a marked with a T and a plus. So you'll connect with your wiring harness. I connected all the pluses together, and this goes to the power on the board here. And from the schematic, you'll see that. And then each individual board has its own connection marked T for transistor. So the transistor will power each of these separately, but the main power supply is all one wire. Right here. And here's your transistors right here. Okay. The reason I put tape around the jars and a piece of cardboard is for two reasons. To try to contain the light in the jar, so you can direct the brightness out and up and not out, and also to keep the fit nice and snug on there so they won't fall out. Okay, let me plug that back in. Okay. Okay, now the switch is on here. Here's the on and off. On and off. Okay, this top switch. I'm sorry, that came out again. The top switch is for the mode. Right now, it sets at your standard, green, yellow, red. So your mode, you switch. And now you got your flasher, like in the middle of the night or late in the morning. 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, you see the lights flashing, either red or green. This is what this switch does. So once you switch the mode to flash, now you got an option, this switch, it'll give you red, or if you want yellow. So it's a neat little feature added on here. And I also added this potentiometer for the speed. So we can speed it up. Let's go to red. And this also works for the regular sequence. You notice how the green and red is on longer than the yellow, because that's, you know, how stoplight works, traffic light works. So I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. There we go. And there you have it. Here's a side view. You can ignore that tape. I just put the tape to keep the wires from moving around. But this harness on my next one will be a little bit longer. I should have made it longer for the video, but you know, it works for now. Okay, here is the 1/2-inch baseboard that I had laying around. You see, I did a couple test drills with the hole saw. I'm gonna put the diagram up on the website. So with the diagram, it'll show that where each jar is placed, and it'll tell you where to drill. So you can build this yourself. These are 1-inch spacers, which are also made out of this material. It's light, but it's strong. You know, you cut it, you got your spacers and your base plate. And for the circuit boards, I had a bunch of these tacks. Check this out. These tacks, you push them in there. They're hard to get out unless you got a screwdriver or pull them out with your nail. They're really, really hard to get out, which is good. So for each circuit board, I tacked into the material, and you see it's not going anywhere. So I was going to use nails, and I just said, you know, let me just try the tacks, and they work. I didn't have any yellow spray paint, so I had some blue spray paint left over from another project, so I just spray painted it all blue, and it looks neat. I like it. It's kind of bright. If I turn my light out, it'll be kind of too bright for my phone camera, but you know, just from this view, you can see how bright it is using the jars. One other thing here. Okay, we got the spacers, the board, the jars, the tape. Just make sure I go everything. We got the speed. Go to the website, print out the schematic, print out the diagram for the layout of the board. It's real simple. It's just 3.5. I think this is 12, and every 3 3/4 inches you'll cut a 2 1/4 hole for the jar. Then you take your 1-inch spacers, glue them on your base plate, and that's pretty much it. I just use regular wood glue on some leftover baseboards I had sitting around. So I'm gonna nail this up just this way, vertical, but just for the video I have it horizontal so you can see the whole circuit. One other thing, I did this circuit in a surface mount also with a microchip. It's this guy right here. The reason I do it that way is because not everyone could program or don't have the ability to program a chip. So you can do all this with one chip. And for this surface mount, I use the 20mm 6 LED dome lights, which they have 6 LEDs inside of here. So when I turn this one on, they'll scroll back and forth, and it has the same options: flash, normal mode, and your red and green. But the surface mount, this microchip model, I didn't put a speed on there because you can control that with in software. So let me turn it on. Close up. You see the LEDs going back and forth? And it'll go over to yellow. And then to red. Now there's a speed option on there. It goes back and forth 8 times. If you want it shorter, you just turn the switch and it'll just go back and forth 4 times. Kind of just shortens the sequence. Okay. Now this is your flash option. So right now it's set to flash yellow, and then you toggle it. Oop, I'm sorry, wrong one. There we go. Red or yellow, just like the bigger one. Now here's another neat LED. This is a blue one. These are hard to find. I can't find anymore, and it's clear. These ones aren't clear. So just to show you, I'm gonna pop this out. Put this one in. With these 6-pin, it don't matter which way you put them because all the LEDs face the same way. Okay. See how they're going back and forth? The blue ones are nice. I really like them. So I'll leave that in there. But this is the surface mount. This is the through hole. And you can see I got them in the socket. So you can, change them out. You can make them all one color if you like. Turn that off. I got circuit boards coming for this one. This is something I soldered up to show you guys how it works. Okay, so you go to LeilaniElectronics.com. I'll put a link below. You can print the schematic for this. The program for that one will be on there, and the diagram for your if you want to cut these pieces of baseboard, or you can make them out of wood or whatever. And the jars, these are just standard mini baby food jars. I'll take it out again, the small ones. Or if you can't get any jars, if you don't know anybody with jars, you can just cover this with a piece of plastic, glass, plexi, or whatever, tack it in the corners, and you'll be good to go. But this is my traffic light circuit. Here are the circuit boards for the controller. Again, these here's your output. So these outputs go in sequence. So you can actually use this board for any type of light setup, that you have. There's your red, yellow, green, positive, minus. Now I didn't use the negative on this circuit. I just put it on the circuit board, like I said, in case you want to use it for another type of sequence of lights. You have a ground right here to use. If you don't need it, just tie it up like I did. But there you have it. Drop me a line. Let me know what you think. LeilaniElectronics.com. I'll put the link in for the original video that goes over the parts. The breadboard version, I'll break down how it all works, the gates and everything. And you should be good to go from that. Thanks for watching.